Let's go. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Church Van. I'm your host, Riley Taylor, and
co-host Jared Bryant.
On this episode, we have a very special guest. All of our guests are very special, but this one's even more special than the others. One, David Guzik. Say hi, David.
Hi, David. Get it? Get it?
I got it.
Good.
You said what I told
That's
you
right.
to
Yeah,
say.
that's right.
I like that. David is living in Santa Barbara, pastors a church down there.
That's right.
And you're doing a lot of traveling nowadays.
I am.
Is that right?
Yeah, it comes and goes in seasons, but I got a lot of travel ahead of me in the next few months.
Right on. And now David's also an author. He's a Bible commentator, and he's just a great dude. Right, David?
Well, I don't know about the great dude part, but did I tell you I finished commentary on the whole Bible?
You did.
I did.
I know. I saw that on your Enduring Word.
I did.
page.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
What does that feel like?
I tell you, it feels awesome. And I'll tell you why it feels awesome. Because it's something it's a goal that's been on my, think about this, man. This is a goal that's been on my mind just about every day for the last 20 years.
Wow. 20-year goal?
Yeah.
Reached.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So yeah, that feels pretty stinking good.
Now,
very happy about that.
Here's a question. What was the first thing you wrote a commentary on?
Well, okay, the commentary just comes from my teaching notes.
Okay, so you
I don't even know
over time?
Yeah, I
Okay.
will say this: the first book of the Bible I ever taught on with this format of teaching notes was the Book of Revelation.
Oh, wow.
Way back, this would have been in the late '80s. I taught a Bible study through the Book of Revelation. And I kind of shifted from some previous formats of notes that I was working on to this kind of thing where I do an expanded outline. And so
really?
that was in the late. So my commentary kind of reflects work that's been built up over 30 years. But I first went online with it 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So that's why it's kind of a goal for 20 years.
Okay, so I listened to a podcast that you were in.
Oh yeah, the Sermon Smith dude.
Yes, Sermon Smith, which is a great podcast.
Yeah.
And we'll link it in the description.
I never listened to the podcast. Did that one turn out good? I got to listen to that one.
Well, you were there.
I know. Well, I recorded it, but I was just wondering if it sounded...
Totally. No,
okay,
it was
good.
really good.
All right.
So I'm trying to get better at preaching. This is my...
everybody should be.
I totally agree. And for me,
everybody
though, it's
should.
like...
Everyone should.
Yeah.
I'm teaching next month.
Good.
Yes, he is. He's teaching at our college group. And but for me, it's like I have got like 4 main goals right now for this season.
Yes.
The rest of this year. And that's like number 2. You know, like I really want to...
What's number 1?
Number 1, let me think. Let me think. I can't remember.
All right, well...
Maybe, no, that is number 1.
All right.
Yeah, but I included it with become a better preacher and leader.
Okay,
Yeah. Those two.
Yeah,
those two go together?
they overlap. They overlap.
How do they overlap?
Well, because in the pastoral ministry, there's a lot of leadership that comes from the pulpit.
Okay.
Now, they're not identical, and some people get that mixed up. Just because you're a good preacher doesn't mean you're a good leader.
Right.
And just because you're a good leader doesn't mean you're a good preacher. But there's definitely overlap on that Venn diagram.
Did you make that Venn diagram?
I did not make it, but we could make it.
So now that you're done with 20 years of Bible commentary writing, do you want to go back and fix some things you did wrong?
Okay, let me just kind of... I try to be careful. I'm not done.
Okay, you're not done. Got it.
You know, I'll tell you a little story behind that. You know, about 10 years ago, I was thinking about this project, and I started getting depressed because I was thinking, I'm never going to finish this.
Wow.
I mean, I looked at the hundreds of chapters in the Bible that I had yet to do, kind of looked at my life, looked at the margin I needed to do. I thought, I'm never going to finish this, and I got kind of sad. And then I felt that God spoke to my heart. Sometimes we're not entirely sure, but at least I felt that way. And I felt God spoke to my heart and said, David, you're right. You are never going to finish this. You're going to work on this for the rest of your life. But to have something on every, something I'm at least fairly happy with on every chapter of the Bible, that's a big milestone.
Yeah, that is.
But oh yeah, no, I mean it is endless. The corrections, improvements.
You're like George Lucas.
Developments. Yeah.
You're just never done with your work.
I don't want to mail it in like the last few movies, like he did on his stuff. Come on, man.
Here's the question: will you end up selling your work to Disney?
Can you believe the last few? No, but I've been thinking, why don't they have a reality show about Bible commentators or something like that? Don't you think that could, kind of the exciting world of Bible commentary?
How is it exciting?
Maybe a little rivalry between West Coast and East Coast Bible commentators.
Because in my mind, you are one of two people. You are the bearded dude drinking coffee and posting pictures of your coffee and your Bible on Instagram, or you're like Gandalf in the basement of Minas Tirith, digging through old parchments.
Yeah, somebody called me Gandalf the Grey with this little vacation beard I got going on here. So yeah, maybe that's it.
Jared, have you ever used David Guzik's notes?
Many a nights. Actually, every time I teach, I use David Guzik's notes.
Me too. Did you know that, David? What do you think when you hear that?
You know what? I'm just super grateful to God because, the thing is I don't, especially when I started out, but even today, I don't primarily write for others. I write for myself as if I'm teaching through the book. Now, I know others will use it, and of course that's in my mind, but you know what? I'm really writing them for myself and my own understanding of the text, and I just get tickled pink by the idea that it could be helpful for anybody else.
I've never heard that phrase.
Come on, not your
Tickled
grandmother?
pink?
Didn't your grandmother use that phrase, tickled pink? No, are you serious? You never heard that phrase?
I've never heard it. Have you heard it, Jared? My guess is you guys.
That's like an old school phrase,
no.
Probably from the...
Tickle pink, yeah, no. It doesn't happen very often for me. So, as you're working through that, a lot of leaders, pastors, ministers, preachers have these are the things how we extrapolate through the verses. What's kind of a format that you work with? What did it mean to the original audience, kind of thing? Those kind of.
Sure, I'm keeping the historic and grammatical kind of things in mind. Although, for a lot of the historical and grammatical insights, you're going to get those from good commentaries. I'm not
unlike yours.
Well,
no,
what I mean,
no, yours is good.
Yeah, but for example, I'm not trained in the original languages.
Oh. Okay.
And so for those original things from the languages, what you do is
relying on that.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. I'm relying on good commentaries for that. And you learn who the good commentators are on either Greek or Hebrew passages. And you want to make sure you have some of those guys.
Now, what would you say to a young guy who wants to learn how to teach the Bible, or just even to study the Bible, and yet he feels like he can't, and that's for other more better Christians, and he wants to lead in his small group or for the youth group, but he's just feeling a bit overwhelmed? What would you say to him?
Well, I'd say go to enduringword.com.
Yes.
No,
absolutely.
really. I mean, he needs some Bible resources to just kind of demystify.
Okay.
Most of the time when people are having that kind of fundamental problem with the scriptures, they're usually trying to overthink things.
Okay.
They're not just kind of approaching the scriptures plainly and simply. Now, they might need some fundamental Bible study helps along the way to get them started in that. But like a good, simple study Bible or my commentary or something else can just be very helpful, and not try to overthink the passages.
Right. And here's the thing. The reason why, David, I love your commentaries, and I use them for every message. There's a certain survey that you do. It's you're flying overhead, and you can really get an understanding of it.
Yeah.
It's sometimes okay. I wish Logos, Bible study software, had a feature where you could turn off parenthetical statements.
Hey, that would be nice.
Sometimes the whole paragraph is like a parenthetical.
Yes.
And I'm like, I don't need this. I'm looking for the other one to finish the sentence.
Yeah.
But yours don't have that issue where you're really helping the reader understand the scriptures.
You know, I can't explain fully why I have my kind of pace or depth or perspective, you know, that balance between zooming in and that. But whatever it is I have, it's just kind of the approach I have, and I can't really explain it, but it's just how it makes sense to me.
Okay.
Real quick before we depart this topic, you said something about East Coast versus West Coast, Bible commentators, and a reality show. Make up a team of 4 for each side, and who would those people be?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
well, you
Yeah.
see,
Yeah.
now you're kind of narrowing it down. But you know, if you get guys who, well, you got the old guy right now. In the Bible commentator world, that would be a guy like Warren Wiersbe.
Oh yes,
You know,
I've used that one too.
Yeah, and I don't know. I should know this, but I don't. I don't know if Wiersbe actually has something on every book of the Bible. He might. I would. If you press me to guess, I'd guess that he does, but I don't know that for sure.
Maybe he wrote it, but then he couldn't think of a good title.
Yeah, couldn't throw the B somewhere in there. Yeah.
B.
Yeah, B
I
ran
just
out
can't
of
think
B
it, so,
words. Yeah,
I'm just gonna
B.
not publish this one.
Yeah. You got guys like Johnny Mack in California.
John MacArthur.
Yeah,
Yep.
although he doesn't have commentary on the whole Bible, and you know there are different opinions about the usability of his commentary. For living guys, you got guys like, well, John Corson has a commentary on the whole Bible, that 3-volume thing.
Yeah,
it's a little more
the
survey in
life
nature,
application
yeah, but
commentary.
it's been helpful for many people. There's a lot of good in John Corson's work. There's some other guys that I've kind of heard of that I don't know. They don't really resonate much with me, but you know, look, there aren't a lot of Bible commentators out there, and a lot of guys who write commentary on a lot of different. You got specialized guys.
Okay.
Derek Kidner is
Yes, I've heard of
an
him.
excellent Old Testament commentator, tending to focus on poetic books. He doesn't only do but Old Testament poetic books. Great stuff out there. So things like that. Leon Morris, fantastic New Testament commentator, although he's passed on to his reward. And for all I know, Kidner has also. I don't know if Kidner is still walking him on this.
Do you like D.A. Carson?
Carson's very good. Yep.
Yeah, I like his stuff.
Find lots of useful guys. John Stott is a good Bible commentator.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, we're talking about the historic grammatical thing. William Barclay has lots of useful stuff in his commentary. Although, just like with every Bible commentator, David Guzik included, look, you're not gonna agree with everything in there.
Right.
And William Barclay, he tended to be an anti-supernaturalist. He would try to explain away miracles.
This person struggled with, you know, clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the classic one, the one that's always easy to remember, is he always takes the story of the feeding of the 5,000. What it was a miracle of sharing. Everybody
Wow.
had food, but nobody
Amazing.
wanted to share. But when they saw the little boy share his food, it all inspired them to share, and everybody got fed by sharing.
But you know what? I have a 4-year-old.
Yeah. It would be a
So
miracle
that
of sharing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It
there you
would be
go.
a miracle.
But the thing is that maybe the miracle was that the little boy was like my son, and he gave up his food. Like if that happened,
that's right.
I'd be like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks for watching this episode of Church Van. If you want more content, make sure to subscribe down below.
Also give it a thumbs up as well, and make sure to share it on all your favorite social media.